Hello and welcome to this new series. I say new series because I've not made an Avenger game like this before. So if you don't know me from my Avenger series, which has brought a lot of views and a lot of subscribers to the channel, I'm doing a new style of this Avenger game. So the new Hawkeye DLC is out and I'm going to run through it. So I'm going to leave you to see the story so far and I'll catch up with you in a second.
There's someone who wants to talk to you. I believe some of you know Kate Bishop, formerly Hawkeye.
Oh, we've met.
So you're working for S.H.I.E.L.D. now?
It's, complicated.
Where's Clint?
That's complicated, too.
Agent Barton was captured by AIM a few years back. There's been very little intel since.
Clint and I were looking into what happened to Director Fury after A-Day. What the hell is that?
Our guest finally agreed to help. Remember what's riding on this.
Easy, Duck. Deal's a deal. I'll do my part.
Clint?
Kate, you need to destroy that place. Now!
Do you know what that thing was?
Well, basically, it's a bridge through time. I've done research on the concept before, but until now, nobody's been foolish enough to actually try it.
Okay, and that's the source of these tachyon disruptions?
Whatever she's sending through time is, yes. And if we don't stop them, the storms will eventually tear reality apart.
We're gonna go get Clint out of the wrong timeline, cut Monica off from her future self. That would stop the storms, right?
That's still messing with time. That might work.
Close the gate!
In the future, we get attacked by a warrior race called the Kree. And an invasion that'll end the world as we know it. Now, Monica, future Monica, is working with Nick Fury to save the Earth. We can, Oh, no.
Clint? Clint! Bruce!
Get the medics, quickly!
Come on. Stay with me. Stay with me, Clint. Look at me, Barton. Clint?
I thought we got rid of those tachyon storms. Now they seem like they're following us.
So there you have it. You've just seen the story so far leading up to the Hawkeye DLC. And if you don't know, this Hawkeye DLC is free. It's just an update with the game. And there is, obviously, the DLC that's just been covered in the story so far, which is the Kate Bishop DLC, which I didn't cover the full story on my channel, but I did cover the cutscenes, the same with the main game. So if you haven't got the game and you haven't seen the Kate Bishop DLC, and you're new to the channel, then welcome. But if you want to go see them, I've just done sort of the animation clips rather than like gameplay. So I have put some gameplay on the channel, which is like glitches, tips and tricks, easy money, easy leveling up, things like that. So if you're new, like I say, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. And it'd be nice to get there before my yearly anniversary of being on YouTube, basically. So, yeah, I did get a bit lost here. I do need to go into Kate Bishop's room. So, yeah, Kate Bishop DLC, you find Hawkeye time travelling. You sort of think he's a bit bad. He's going through these tachyon sort of time travel things. There's a lot of time travel involved in Hawkeye and Kate Bishop DLCs, which you wouldn't really expect. I'm expecting high things from this, because this DLC's been bigged up, really. And as this DLC come out, they also announced some new DLC. So after this series, I'll be going over what the new DLC is. So if you're watching all of this series, and be sure to hang around, I'll be releasing another video after that. So it appears that we actually play as old Clint, or old Hawkeye, in the Wastelands, which is really satisfying. Not one, because it's a new character, or a new character. It's not just Hawkeye, but it's old Hawkeye. We're in a new area. This was one thing I didn't like about just any... Like, I thought the Kate Bishop DLC was a bit samey. You're in the same sort of hive labs, where this is somewhere new. We haven't been to these Badlands, and we haven't been to the future, obviously. So this is very satisfying. I think the DLC and the story of Avengers game was a bit samey. And I think when you grind the game to get levels, or... I don't know, I sort of grinded the game to get some of my players level 50. And that's when it got boring, because you do the same levels, you know the atmosphere. And that's what I found with the Kate Bishop DLC. And I think that's what they've struggled with this game, is a lot of it's the same. But this is new. So hopefully moving forward, I'm not going to announce any more of the other DLC, because like I say, you want to see that, check out the video on my channel. It should be out after the series is finished. And if you're watching this in the future, it's already out. Go check it out. But yeah, that's what I think they struggled with this game, is new sort of areas to discover. So there does seem to be an aimbot. So I don't know if AIM are going to be in this DLC. I sort of hope so, but I hope not, because I hope we don't go to the same labs. Don't get me wrong, this area is very similar to some of the areas we've been to before. You can see that AIM building on the side. A lot of the rock... It's sort of just detextured. It's changed its sort of texture, and the background's obviously different. But we need to find another bot, I think it is, or a signal, which is down here. So yeah, I do think it's a little bit similar, but it's it's a lot more different to what we're used to, like the different areas and things like that. So I think they've done good so far. Positive feedback on this DLC. We're switching between. I'm guessing old Clint and new Clint. But this robot is telling us about Nick Fury. So I think this DLC is mainly based on obviously fixing the time travel rifts that keep happening and finding Nick Fury, because he's got the answer. Which is what these sort of bots are. These bots are sending out a frequency for us to find them, basically. I like that Clint... So if you don't know Clint... obviously, he is Hawkeye. Hawkeye has a bow, but he's also known as Ronan. So I think if we go back to the sort of new Avenger films, Ronan is sort of Clint when he goes, not bad, but he goes a bit rogue, and he's a bit careless, and he just started killing, to be honest. He's his family, he's lost his family, and Ronan is the sort of new version. So what's going on here?
Rogue Aimbots, carrying out old protocols like metal zombies. Ugh.
So, I'm not disappointed, but we've got Aimbots again. I guess it's not that bad, but they're classed as zombie Aimbots, because, oh, epic fail moment right there. Just fell off the edge. I guess they're Aimbots, which is what we used to fight in, but they're zombie versions. I don't know if they're going to have, like, toxic sort of gases leaking from them. We've got a couple of fire ones that explode. I don't think that's a little bit different. We've had them before. They could have at least made them a bit more green. They just look very similar, which is worrying me, because I was literally hyping this DLC like 2 minutes ago. We'll give it a chance. We've got to stay positive, people. It's new. Oh, okay. We've got a bit of a beastie. Okay, cool. So by the looks of it, put a beastie robot here, but I was just using Hawkeye's ability. And for, I think it's RB, you get to shoot arrows up from the sky. LB is what I've just used there. It's like a healing circle, which is cool. So it's a bit of a support character. So you can use your arrows from afar and heal people. And bring rain down on people from afar. And then his sort of LB and RB move is like a homing sort of arrow that just keeps flying around. It's like whizzing around, which is quite cool. And then he uses his bow as like a bit of a zip wire to use as a travelling mechanism, which I guess is kind of cool. And I was just saying, this is obviously Hawkeye, but you can get the Ronin skin. which is why I was talking about Ronan a minute ago. So although it is Hawkeye, you can actually semi-play as Ronan, which is why you've got the sword. Because Hawkeye mainly uses his bow, but then Ronan uses the two together. So I guess he needs to have a melee attack, which is why we've got this sort of samurai sword. Otherwise it'd be a bit of a boring Avenger character. Because every other person in the game has a melee and a ranged weapon, which is fair enough. We've got to use it. So just following this signal, which I'm guessing is going to be in that, either in the cabin or in that cave. Aha, there's a big hand over here. So the sort of Kree have ended the world, basically, is the backing of this story, if you didn't know. So the Kree have taken over, which are these big sort of robots, I guess. And they've taken over, and here's one of them fallen.
Glad you died with the rest of them. You ugly bastard. Oh, give me a break.
Excuse the language there was a little bit of a B word. But that was a good scene. I enjoyed that. That was a bit of a pano scene to show you the scope of these things. And then you can just see these tiny little robots that are your size coming out from the big robot. I thought that was quite cool. Oh, a bit of lag. That was a nice scene, that was. I thought that was a little bit different, which I think this game could do, because it is sort of go to area A, go to area B, do this at C, save this person, save that person. I think some of the cinematics that they do in this game and the storyline of the main story is really good. So I think some of them pano views and just breaks it up a bit, the repetitiveness, which is cool. So like, obviously we're going to point A right now, and I'm sure at point A we're going to have to kill person A and B or something maybe. But by the looks of it, there's a door down here. Oh, I guess it says defeat the Wasteland Aimbots at the top. So I guess we've got to defeat everyone before we can move on. So using our melee. I quite like the melee. Again, when I talk about repetitive of this game, I think Kate Bishop's very similar to this. They've got different abilities, but they're both using a bow and they're both using a sword, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they could have brought them out together. I think the hype for this has been quite a lot because obviously everyone likes Hawkeye. But maybe they should have brought the two DLCs out. Oh god, we've got a flamey boy at the top here. Maybe brought the two DLCs out together. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just me being a bit critical. I guess you could say that for a couple of the other Avengers. So here's our homing move. So everything I look at, this little whistle sort of arrow will just come flying through. And as you can see, it just keeps darting back and forth. Don't know how powerful it is. We've leveled up, level 2, chip boy. And now we can go through that door. But yeah, that's his sort of mega move, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
What do you know? Hulk was right. Smashing stuff opens all kinds of doors. Glad nobody heard that.
So there's a nice little reference to the Hulk there. Hulk, he basically said Hulk was right. A couple of smashing does open doors, things like that. So the Avengers, I don't want to spoil it too much, but the Avengers obviously aren't in this sort of future.
Hello, world. Hey, you have to stay awake this time, okay?
Of course. I have a message for you, Avenger Clint.
To any surviving Avengers, should we lose the fight ahead of us, should everything be lost, then know this. The key to saving our future lies in the past.
1, weird. 2, that's it? A cryptic message?
There's more. He wanted you to enter the cave and see.
No! Wake up! I'm not going back to talking to dirt.
So as you can see, Nick Fury is obviously either hacking into these bots or has placed these bots conveniently for us to find, to sort of find where Nick Fury is. It's a bit of like a secret trail. But guys, this video is going to come to the end soon. I'm not going to talk over the final cutscenes. So just want to say thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for episode 2. If you haven't checked the channel out for my previous videos, Avengers or anything like that, or my sort of other series, then please do go check the channel out. Like I say, we're very close to 200 subscribers, and I really do appreciate the support. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one.
Fury wanted me to see it. This looks like Pym's work.
It is.
That's a time bridge.
Correct. It is no longer fully functional, but I can transmit a signal through it. You will need to restore power. Up there.
The key to the future lies in the past. Huh. Smart. There we go. Time to fix you up. That should do it.
Well done, Mr. Barton.
Maybe. It's all for nothing unless someone gets the message. Yeah. Why does everything hurt?
You had us worried.
Almost worth it to hear you admit you worry about anything. How long was I out?
Too long for comfort. Bruce spent a lot of time keeping you stable.
I love that nerd. You know, I had the weirdest dream.
Clint?
Katie, hey. Ow! I don't think the docs would approve.
I'm gone for 1 minute and you decide to wake up?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you should be.
You need anything else, Clint?
Yeah, someone find my pants. Something I gotta do.
Just to say thank you for watching. Please go check out some more videos and don't forget to subscribe, support the channel, and stay tuned for more.